Almost playoff time in Major League Baseball.
MVP. MVP.
All right, let's get this out of the way.
MVP.
Shortly after my embarrassing comments last week, I did a little bit of research, and I seriously underestimated Kyle Raleigh's defensive prowess as a catcher, not realizing he had won the Gold Glove last year. So let me just apologize for that. Looking at, and I'll just say, he's got a legitimate case for, in a lot of context, for having the MVP. 2 years ago, when Shohei Ohtani was putting up numbers on both sides, defensively and pitching and hitting, and Aaron Judge hit 62 home runs, I would have sat here and told you, I think the history of the season warranted Judge winning that MVP. It'd be pretty hypocritical of me to not say the same thing about Kyle Raleigh, especially what he's doing as a catcher. So, yeah, if he wins the MVP, I'm not going to be upset at all about that.
Now he's at number 60.
So my analysis of the situation is that only Yankees fans think that Judge should be the MVP, and the rest of America, it's like that little dot in college football when everybody's pulling for someone else. Is that no? And this is the whole LeBron thing and the Kobe thing. It's okay being second. Pujols lost the MVP to Barry Bonds. Yeah. I'm okay with that one. I'm not okay with McGuire hitting 66 home runs and losing that to Chipper Jones.
Or 70.
Right, and hitting 70 and losing that to Sammy Sosa. Yeah. McGuire didn't hit 136 home runs and didn't get an MVP. Yeah. So, because what they told us then, oh, you didn't win the division. You're not the champion. You don't have a Yankee hat on. So you can't. You have three qualifications. You got to win the division or have a Yankee hat on. Now, here's the question, Chip, and I'll ask Tom this and Terry. If the fellas, well, I'm not saying any effect on winning, same record, same stats, same everything. If these two fellas were wearing the opposite hats, what argument would be Yankees fans making? No one answered, Chip.
The one I just made.
Tom, would they be saying Cal Raleigh's the MVP?
Right.
So
exactly.
That's the point you need to make to Yankees fans. All right, just answer me this: if they switched, which one would you say is the MVP? Again,
whichever one's wearing a Yankee cap.
Right. Yeah. It's no offense to Judge. He's a big old giant dude that hits balls far.
Not just that. Whoa. He's the best hitter in baseball. He's the best hitter in baseball.
He's not better hitter than what is the guy that gets like 400 singles every year.
Until the playoffs. He folds like a
now let's see if he proves us wrong. But
or whatever it is.
He's leading the league. He's leading the league in batting average. And if it wasn't for,
all right, so I'm gonna put it this way, Jim.
Yeah,
Pujols had a better batting average than Ichiro a few years.
Yeah,
but I would never say that Pujols is a better.
I'd take Pujols in a heartbeat over Ichiro.
Hitter than Ichiro. What I'm saying, and what I'm going to want you to realize is about Judge. There's some balls he hits because he's a big giant human being that wouldn't be base hits.
That's not his fault. Come on.
I'm not saying it is, but again, you have a catcher who hit. If he hit 30 home runs and led his team to the division, he should be an MVP consideration. He hit 30 from each side, basically.
Yeah.
This is just.
I'm not disputing that.
I'm just talking to America on this one. The fact that gets the whole thing that the catcher gets poo-pooed by this, it just blows my mind, Terry. Because the fact that he's sitting there catching 100-mile-per-hour baseballs,
and he's played more than Judge has this year. We talked about that last week.
And not only Judge, but outfielders, are out in the outfield eating sunflower seeds, talking to the fans in the outfield, and the catcher's catching 100-mile-per-hour fastballs every pitch.
This is where our arguments differed last week. I'm not going to sit here and say, now, yes, catching is the hardest position on the field. That was not the point I was making. The point I was making, and this is where I was wrong, there's a difference between King Griffey Jr. and Damon Berryhill. King Griffey Jr. is a superior defender to Damon Berryhill.
I don't even know who Damon Berryhill is.
He was a backup catcher for the Braves back in the 90s.
Oh.
All right.
So, well, let me ask you this.
Yeah. But
can Damon Berryhill catch a fly ball and play right field?
I don't know if he can catch one in the corner starting.
Can King Griffey Jr. play catcher?
Don't know about that.
That's the point of catcher fans. Is that I can, and the point of when I say shortstops, and I say that about outfielders. Yeah. The further away you go from home plate, the least skill you got to have in baseball.
But there's an athleticism argument that can be made. I'm serious. I'm telling what I told y'all off the air last week. One of the coaches that I talked to that is helping recruiting back when I was in high school, he said one of the first things back in the day when they were scouting guys and looking at positions, the first defensive position they would put you at is catcher, or they'd try you out as catcher, because to be an outfielder, you're not involved on every play. I concede that. And you're not involved on most plays. I concede that. That part, you are 100% right. Damon Berryhill cannot get from center field to the right center or left center gap like King Griffey Jr. can. That's the difference.
Right. There's a big difference there, because now when you're speaking of outfielders, that's the reason your center fielder is the one who controls the field. If he can get to it, right fielder move over, left fielder move over.
I'm not talking about center fielders. I'm talking about right fielders.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
We've got 4 catchers in St. Louis, and they all play right field and first base. They just rotate catcher first, right, catcher first, right.
Aaron Judge, all you have to do is protect where you're at to the right side, because if it's hit straight away center, that center fielder is going to call him off and take the ball.
He was their starting center fielder last year.
I know, he was. He was.
60 home run seasons. Babe Ruth, right field. Roger Maris was left field.
Maris, I believe
he played some center.
Well,
he hurt his knee. Remember, he blew out his knee.
Big Mark McGuire, first baseman. Sammy Sosa, right fielder. Barry Bonds, left fielder. Aaron Judge, right fielder. That's 7 people that stand still for 9 innings a game, hitting 60 home runs, and then all of a sudden, the catcher, Cal Raleigh, with 2005. Like, this is the most impressive thing I've ever seen.
It's historic, and
it's not even. Yeah,
I will say Judge did have his own bit of history this week as well. There's only he's tied Babe Ruth and two dopers as the only 4 gentlemen.
Sorry.
Only was that bad of a point?
I was trying to crunch ice in the microphone.
But the only 4 players in MLB history who have 4 50 home run seasons in their careers. And Judge, I think he's on tap to try to break that next year, I think. But no, I'm not going to take anything away from Cal Raleigh. They both had phenomenal seasons. I do think Raleigh's and I would tend
if
to.
If they were in last place, I would hear your argument.
I would tend to lean with you and agree that. Yeah, and what they've
but
done.
They're in first.
Yeah,
he's a catcher. He's switching catcher.
They're going to win their division. The
right.
Yankees. We don't even know if the Yankees are going to do that. The Yankees are going to. They're guaranteed the wild card at this point. So yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that, and Tom makes a great point. The Yankees are in the playoffs, and Judge is their captain. He's supposed to be their leader. Let's see what he does in the playoffs. Let's see what he does come playoff time.
Yeah, because we saw what he did last year.
We've seen what he's done every year. I mean, every year. You showed the clip.
Him and Shohei Ohtani brought up the bottom end.
You showed the clip a couple weeks ago. Judge's signature playoff moment right now is a guy who's been suspended for betting right now.
Who is throwing meatballs on purpose?
Yes, I mean, So let's see him. He's got to. If you want to be a champion,
between Aaron Judge and Mike Trout, the signature moments.
Don't make that
signature playoff.
Don't make that comparison.
Are nothing.
Judge made a World Series. Judge has made a World Series.
That is true. Trout hit his 400th home run this past week, and they compared him to the all-time greats and everything. And he's got 400 home runs, Terry. And one of the arguments somebody said it was Manny Ramirez that they brought up. Manny's got like 500 something on and batted 310, I think, in his career or something like that. Yeah. and there's the Judge fans the Trout fans are just like, he clears Manny, so he's got way more. He had more. Their argument is he had more WAR than Manny did at this age than Manny did in his whole career. Yeah. So you can't. And that was the Judge argument this year, and I'm glad the batting average did come up because, like I said last week, don't bring up the WRC plus OBS, SLG, all that stuff. Every other letter in the alphabet to tell me how much better it is and all that. But
do you completely dismiss WAR? I'm not
completely dismiss it.
You could. So all right, well,
completely. It's not. It doesn't do anything. The wins above replacement age, they're not even actually measuring wins. The word wins is a made up word in that.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at the stats right now. The career leaders for wins above replacement per Baseball Reference: Babe Ruth, Walter Johnson, Cy Young, Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Ty Cobb, Hank Aaron, Roger Clemens. I mean, it's not a bad list.
Where's Trout on that? I think they made up the stat to. This is what I think they did. I think they try to come up with a stat to make to today's baseball players better than the past, no matter what, like they do with the NBA guys.
Then they failed miserably with this.
You ask an NFL guy or an NBA or Major League Baseball team, like, who's the best players from your teams, and they'll go back to the 80s and 70s and 90s and stuff. You ask people in basketball, they just totally dismiss anything that happened before 2000. Like, these athletes are way better.
Well, the players don't even know the guys who play.
I'm telling you right now, I bet my high school basketball team could go beat all of our sons right now at 45 years old, and they're all whatever age they are. Why are they not bigger, faster, better at us athletes than us?
But
it doesn't work that way.
Well, but Ward, but if based on what Baseball Reference is showing, Ward doesn't do that. Because again, I'm looking at the career WAR. These are our heroes: Ruth, Walter Johnson, Cy Young, Bonds, Mays, Cobb, Hank Aaron, Roger Clemens, Tris Speaker, Honus Wagner, Stan Musial, Rogers Hornsby, Eddie Collins, Ted Williams, Grover Alexander. A-Rod is the first one you really kind of get to this generation. He's 16th down on the list. Kid Nichols, Lou Gehrig,
Where's Trout?
Ricky
They have
Henderson.
the highest WAR.
The highest career WAR. Or yes. Based on this, I'm running the
And
blitz
I
from
still
top to
haven't
bottom.
figured that out.
I don't know
All
what
I know is it stands for wins above replacement.
Mike
That's all
Trout
I
is the
like
leading active
I said,
player.
Tom, the word wins is not even what it means.
Yeah.
Once you read the formulas and stuff and the explanation for it, it's not actually saying Mike Trout gave the Yankees 10 wins this year.
Right.
That's not what it is. It's just
It's an algorithm of some time.
they're saying the replacement level is your minor leaguer behind you.
Oh,
So they're saying if Aaron Judge's minor leaguer in right field for the Yankees AAA team came up, what would be his?
okay.
How would they affect?
Mhm.
And
That's cute.
then they equate walks and hits as the same in the mathematical formula.
Oh,
So it's just big one. It's one big formula like this. You can't say I know the formula.
Yeah.
Nobody that uses WAR knows the friggin' formula. It's bigger than a math major.
I agree with that. It can't be the end all be all. And so the charts you've shown that we've seen on social media prove it's the end all be all. I'm not going to sit here and look at this list of players. I'm not going to sit here and say it's completely worthless. Again, you've got to take it with the sum of other stats along with
WAR
it.
equals batting average plus base running runs plus fielding runs plus positional adjustment plus league adjustment plus replacement runs divided by runs per win. Terry?
It's a very well-rounded.
So
stat.
If I did that every day,
So
it
how do
would
I
drive
teach
me
that?
crazy.
Terry, how do I teach that to my kids in practice next
That's what
week?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Son, you don't understand your war.
Right.
Love it. I love it.
So again, I think it's stupid.
That's why you're batting ninth.
It used to be you would look at like all the counting stats, and even you'd count the slugging percentage and the on base percentage, and you would look at them and say, "Where does my player rank in all those categories?" And so you can add them up and say first, third, fifth, seventh, eighth. Add those up. That's 23 points. Well, who's the other guy? His competitor. He's 10th, 5th, 6th, whatever. It adds up to 50 points. Well, I got the guy that's at 23. That's the MVP. Yeah. That's how you used to kind of look at it. Now it's, again, we're arguing whether a right fielder's batting average and his special mathematical formulas are better than a catcher that hits 60 home runs. So, anyway, with enough of that, I guess with the WAR stuff. Tom, how about them first place Cleveland Indians?
Wow, son, they're
first place right now.
they've lost their last two.
So is Detroit. Well, Detroit lost their last one.
Good, you can just lose 2 in a row and still be in first
Well,
place.
I mean, as long as they keep even with them, Tom, you're good.
I'm rooting for both of them because I want Houston out of the playoffs.
Only 2 more games left.
The only thing is, like, if you had a run like they did, you use up a lot of energy, man. You use up a lot of energy trying to be perfect, and
Got to put it in the past.
right. And I just don't.
Didn't happen.
I just don't think they're going to win it. I think they're going to lose 2 out of 3 or all 3 of these games, and they're going to be out of the playoffs. I think that what upset me is all the people that were doing all the major league memes. Like, guys, they haven't won this thing yet. They've spent a lot of energy, and pitching.
I agree.
Their pitching was phenomenal during this run.
Yeah.
How long can you keep that up? You got yourself so far behind. You have got, I mean, like, I got to be perfect today. I got to be perfect today.
There's your runs allowed in 21 last 21 games.
Right. That just takes so much mental energy over a long time. And it's not surprising that once they caught Detroit, now they've lost 2 in a row. They got spanked last night.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm just not very confident.
Now I see why we ain't in it. Way down there with Cincinnati, Atlanta, but I'm telling you, 93 runs is not bad compared to what's below us.
That's only 4 runs a game, 4.5 runs a
Yeah.
game. So for the
They
folks
just
on the
can't
radio,
score.
for the folks on the radio, real quick, Cleveland's give up 37 runs in this was 2 days ago. 37 runs in the last 21 games. The next closest was 76.
More than double that.
Yeah. How can you keep that up, though?
I'll give you a flip side of that argument, though, Tom. And this is kind of what I was thinking with New York, because New York's battling the Blue Jays.
Just think how good y'all would have been if your pitchers weren't throwing home runs. Go for balls.
Just think instead of having that 10-game losing streak, you went 3-7.
Yeah, but so New York's battling Toronto for the AL East right now, and they've got to finish a game up on Toronto. Toronto's got the tiebreaker, so if they finish tied, Toronto's the division winner. But part of me's like, okay, I would love for New York to win the division to get that week rest and not have to play the wild card. But the flip side of that is, since from opening day to June 21st, they had the best record in baseball. From June 21st to August 21st, they had the 4th worst record in baseball. From August 21st to now, they have the best record in baseball. I'm like, they're playing hot right now. I don't know if I want them to take a week off. And I kind of feel that way back. I understand your point, but Cleveland's riding. They're riding a heater.
When you win all those games in a row and you have that, and you're like, oh, we're tied. I mean, it seems like we should have a 10-game lead.
Yeah,
but during that span, though, it's like this, Tom. A lot of teams, once you caught them, they relax. Yeah. Because we've done all we could. Now we've caught them. All right, guys, relax. Yeah. And then you come out and don't play good. Right. And right now, that's what Cleveland's done.
Like I said, you got to forget about the past.
Yeah.
The last 30 days wins at Comerica Park. This is Detroit's home field. Sorry, Brent Pascoe.
It's been an epic collapse.
In the last 30 days,
somebody's got to get fired.
The Tigers have 2 wins. The White Sox and Mets have 2 wins in Comerica. And the Guardians and the Braves, the Native Americans, have totally took over Detroit, Michigan. Braves and Indians both with 3 wins.
It's Pontiac's rebellion. I'm just telling you,
back
man.
in the day.
And I'm sitting.
Didn't have that on my bingo card.
Pontiac's rebellion. Look it up.
I didn't have that on my bingo card for today's baseball discussion.
Look it up.
It's awesome.
It's pretty. It is pretty cool. It is 1763. Just check it out. It led to the proclamation of 1763. I can give you a whole lesson, but we won't do that right now. I'm just telling you, when you burn up a lot of energy, and it's just so hard. We have to be. They were 15.5.
I know. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of historic,
then I was like, no Facebook posts, no Instagram posts, no nothing. Please don't put anything on there. Here they are with the major league, man, all that, greatest comeback. It's not done. Y'all aren't done. We're not done.
What's my umpire doing at first base here, Tom?
I don't know what happened here.
Big chopper. And Torres, Berrien grab throw.
Got it.
And no call. Now he calls him out. And the throw home is irrelevant.
Yeah,
Boy, what a bizarre developing play, because Guccione took so long to make a call. The first baseman had to turn and throw home.
It
was
sure
a bang play at first, and he just did get him.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're saying he took so long, the first baseman couldn't wait on the call. He had to turn around and throw home.
Wait a minute. Look at this, though. He's pretty quick. He makes it. Oh, and then he says, well, he took a little bit. He
never made the call.
When in doubt, call him out.
Yeah.
Look, the runner is past him, and he still hasn't called out or safe.
Runner's looking at him
the runner's in right field.
Yeah.
But he didn't do the cardinal sin. He didn't do that.
That's right.
And I've seen a lot of umpires go.
All right,
I've seen a lot of them go.
Here's your history.
Fly ball to right field. Number 60. A catcher has hit 60 home runs.
Wow.
And you don't really understand it. That's like 14 more or 12 more than the next catcher.
Yeah.
You know,
give him the award. I have no hard feelings with that.
All right, folks, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got picks to make: college football, NFL, and more. Hey, you talk about your wars. Here's your catchers. Here's how much better Cal Raleigh is than the next best catcher in baseball
now.
Right
yeah, that's more than double.
If you believe in that type of thing.
Yeah.
There's no Cardinals on that list. We got 4 catchers. Real quick, I'll let you guys go over the standings real quick for everybody at home, and then we'll get to some commercials here in just a few moments. But in the American League, get that set up for you, Chip, and then you guys can go through that real quick. That in the National League.
All right, AL East right now, we have a tie at the top, Toronto and New York. Toronto carries the tiebreaker, so if they finish tied, Toronto wins the division. Boston has made the playoffs as a wild card. They're 4 games back.
Came back. They were down last night.
Yeah.
Came back.
They had a walk-off win. Tampa Bay and Baltimore have been eliminated. Were eliminated a long time ago, but they both have big impacts. Tampa Bay's playing Toronto and Baltimore's playing New York this weekend to help determine who's going to be the division winner.
All right.
Did you do the National League?
Oh, no, I just did the AL East. I was going to let Tom do the AL Central.
All right. I didn't know what he was doing. Cleveland and Detroit tied. Detroit blew a game last night. Cleveland lost their last 2. So they're fighting each other like who's going to lose less between now and the playoffs. Yeah. So hopefully Cleveland get a win. They're playing Texas. Texas isn't bad. You know, they got 81 wins. They're not going to have a losing record. So they've got a pretty tough task ahead of them with 2 more games with Texas. So we'll see how this one comes out. And now Houston has pulled. Is that 85 or 86 wins?
Houston, they're 85. That's 85.
So both Cleveland and Detroit are 1 game up on them for the wild card.
Yes.
So it's just a real interesting situation with 2 games left to go. You know, if Cleveland loses twice, Houston wins twice, you know, and Cleveland, you could lose everything. I mean, right now you're on top of the division. Within 2 games, you could be out of the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In a 162-game season. So that's, shall we say, a little bit of a dicey situation. In the West, I don't think we went over the West. Chip already scrolled up. The Mariners look like they're going to win that one. Yeah, right. They've locked up the division. And Houston fighting for their lives for that last wild card
Come on,
spot.
keep Houston out of the playoffs.
Man, please, cheaters justice.
Yeah, please.
Come on. Remember the scene in Goodfellas where they take the guy's hand, smack it with a hammer? They didn't need to do that with a baseball bat to those Houston guys.
Over the National League, Phillies got a 13-game lead on the Mets. Mets still alive. Everyone else eliminated. In the Central, Brewers are in, Cubs are in, Reds trying to get in. Dodgers and Padres are in. So the Mets and Reds
Are tied.
are fighting for that last spot. All right, we'll be right back. KDCBroadcast.com.
Have it cleaned up and looking great with one call to Land Legends Landscapes, LLC. They do it all with just one phone call at 406-601-0696. With summer storms, can your land take it? Fallen trees, tree limbs, wind damage, and more. Land Legends Landscapes can help, offering quality service at a discount price, including lawn care, and they offer 10% off to first responders. Serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina. Again, call Land Legends Landscapes, LLC at 406-601-0696 today. Again, 406-601-0696. Like them on Facebook, too.
It's the 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Plan now to bring the family out for a big night of fun. Entertainment includes the Majestic Spectacular Thrill Show, Canines in Flight, the High-Flying All-American Frisbee Dogs, the Magic of Lance Gifford, Act Monsters Chainsaw Art, and the Demolition Derby. And Right Off for Rides will be back with over 40 exciting rides. And, of course, the many food vendors, games, livestock, and other attractions. The 101st Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Y'all come. It'll be fun. It's a rainbow of colors at Acre Enterprises in Cherryville. With fall and winter coming, now's the time to get your new roof on your house or a new carport from Acre Enterprises. Select from a wide variety of colors and priced at only $30 for 3x12 sheets of metal. Colors include gray, ivory, clay, silver galvalume, vintage white, light brown, tan, barn red, and patriot red. And they have screws to match the color of your choice. And they will not be undersold on 40-year painted metal. Acre Enterprises, 1220 Shelby Road, Highway 150 West in Cherryville, right across from